mind to accompany me now? I fear that these assassins will eventually get the best of me.
Can you remind me of all the details of your delicate matter?
My dear, if your memory is playing tricks on you, you need to consult a healer. But so be it. You might have remarked that we've been the targets of frequent attacks. These groups of hired assassins practically breathing down our necks wherever we go.
They're difficult not to notice, indeed. Do you know why they're after us?
They're after me. In fact, it all started when I was still on assignment in Alima. At first, it was just child's play. A poisoned cup of tea here, a clumsy person attempting to stab me in a dark alley there. But the attacks became more and more troublesome and dangerous. I began to fear for my life. It was partly for that reason that I didn't hesitate when given the opportunity to join our little adventure, and accepted to help our friend Alvida. I thought that by being always on the move, I would escape these attacks. I was wrong, as you've been able to see.
Forgive me this question, but aren't the assassins your own family's henchmen?
My family uses them often, that's true. But anyone can hire them to get rid of someone. However, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the person who placed a bounty on my head shares my family name. Since we are in my uncle's good graces, I would ask him for his official protection.
Is he truly capable of doing something about this? After all, you are already at the Vesp, and that hasn't stopped the assassins.
That is true, but believe me, there is a difference between simply being a part of the family and benefiting from the prince's official protection. If His Majesty Alexandra de Vesp announces that I am his protected ward, the assassins will think twice before attempting anything against us again. I would, therefore, if you accept, like you to accompany me so that I might present this request to my uncle. Going there alone is a little too risky these days.
Let's go now. We need to settle this business as quickly as possible.
Thank you. I need to warn you that we will certainly be asked for something in exchange for this. But our survival, alas, depends on it. At least for as long as I travel among you.
Good boy.
See you later, darling.
Off the coast of the proud cities of the Congregation.
you're back. What can we do for you?
Sybil, do you have a request for the prince?
You're quite right, my dear. Uncle, I request your official protection.
My dear Sybil, I find you submerged in agitation today. You who are usually such a ray of sunshine. Whatever makes you think that you're in need of my official protection? Could it be that someone pushed one of their infamous farces a tad too close to the sinister or macabre?
Something like that, yes. It just so happens that hired assassins have been after me, and now also my companions for the last few months. And I'm afraid that despite my talent for foiling nefarious plots and the exemplary courage of my companions, they might very well succeed in their endeavor. Someone has placed a bounty on my head, and you know better than anyone what that means.
Quite right, my poor little dove. Nothing would please me more than to officially proclaim that you are not only my most beloved niece, but that you are also under my protection.
However...
Ah, you read me like a book? Come now, certain concerns merit more secrecy than others.
We will follow you.
There, we'll have a little tranquility here.
What sinister service are you preparing to ask of us in exchange for your protection, Uncle?
Come now, Sybil. Your imagination runs wild. It just so happens I have a problem. Someone is conspiring against me. It's nothing out of the ordinary. I've grown accustomed to it. But I fear that this time I might leave a few feathers behind. I'm almost certain that it concerns one of my mistresses. I could eliminate both of them, but who would then bring cheer to my nights? Your aunt, as you may not know, is a dreadful bore. Oh well. Find the guilty party, discover what's brewing, thwart the nefarious conspiracy, and I'll be happy to offer my official protection.
We shall take care of this, dear Uncle.
Marvelous. But I imagine you have questions for me.
How did you ever come to suspect your concubines? Excuse me, your mistresses?
Several of my personal documents started disappearing. Nothing incredibly sensitive, but that began to arouse my suspicions. And quite recently, one of my spies at the D'Orsays reported that a woman from my entourage had approached them. My wife is... let's simply say that she is inoffensive. And I trust my daughter Aurelia blindly. I don't have any other women in my inner circle other than my two favorites, making my deduction quite simple.
Why entrust this mission to us?
Well, because my dear niece asked me to.
No, forgive me, that is not what I was wondering. There must be other people more adept at investigating the lives of your concubines.
I would like this affair to be kept under wraps. The slightest sign of weakness, and I am done. My dear little Sybil will say nothing because she needs me. And the same is true for you as well, if you ever want to see your homeland again.
Why not offer your niece your protection immediately? She could be killed while attempting to get to the bottom of your troublesome affair.
She has you with her. Make sure that she survives until then. As for the rest, I believe that most people need incentives to better carry out their missions.
We shall begin immediately.
Well, if you have no other questions on the matter, let's return to the Great Room.
You're back. What do you want this time?
We shall leave now. It was a pleasure.
Likewise, likewise. Goodbye. Come on, out you go. My office isn't a tea shop.
Yes? What do you want?
We would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Do you know to whom you're speaking? I am one of the prince's favorites, not some domestic servant that you can bother at will.
We know very well who you are, miss, and it is precisely for that reason that we would like to speak with you.
I recognize you now. You are that group of adventurers whose expedition to Tia Fredi the prince has decided to finance. And you're a de Vespe as well.
Sybil de Vespe, the prince's niece, at your service.
Very well. I'm all ears. But please be brief.
How long have you been the prince's favorite?
For 2 years. I am currently the mistress who has been with him the longest.
The one who survived the longest, you mean?
That is true. There were others before me, but alas, they are no longer of this world. Unfortunate accidents. Tragic. Why are you asking me all of these questions? They are putting me ill at ease, I admit.
What do you think about the prince's court?
If I thought ill of it, I would no longer be here. Everything carries on marvelously. I do not know what you hope to hear me say.
That it's a nest of vipers and assassins where one risks death at the slightest misstep every single day.
You must have left the court long ago, Lady de Vespe, because I assure you that today, your description is quite inaccurate. You have quite the imagination. Now, if you would excuse me, all these questions tire me, and I have much to do. I wish you a good day.
This woman avoids the simplest of questions with the slippery agility of an eel. I'm ready to swear that we hold before us our traitor.
Her behavior does warrant suspicion, that's true. But we need to learn more before judging her guilty.
I agree. We need to be absolutely certain.
The prince's favorites have rooms in the palace. We need to visit hers. I hope we'll find some proof there that can confirm our suspicions.
I can't do it.
Our dear favorite has something in mind. She just hasn't yet carried out her plan.
We should verify for ourselves if this infamous secret office exists, and take a peek at what may be kept there.
Oh, I am very certain that it exists. This is not the first time I've heard talk of it, and I am in complete agreement. We should search it. It's time. If we want to discover what Velusa was looking for, we must go to the throne room now.
I wonder how many cadavers he's hiding in his infamous secret office.
I don't see any furniture that could be hiding a door. I wonder where it could be.
If we're to believe Velusa's diary, we will find it by pivoting various decorations. Knowing my uncle, he would have chosen an object that couldn't be accidentally triggered by some curious person perusing the room.
I can't do it. I don't see how we could use this. I can't do anything with this. I don't see how we could use this. There, look! It's opened.
Let's quickly search this office. I have a feeling that my uncle has a great deal to hide.
I knew your uncle harbored a ferocious hatred for the Dorsays, but I never imagined that I would one day come across a letter this incriminating.
Yes. If this agreement were to be revealed, the only course of action would be to abdicate, and quickly. No one in the congregation would forgive him for having thought to sell out his neighbors simply to gain support against the Dorsays.
What the? How did you get in here?
We followed your instructions. They were rather precise.
And so you read my diary? I would have done better to burn it. I beg you not to reveal to the prince what you've learned. He'll have me killed.
That's a fact. But why did you want to betray him? I can understand that being the favorite of my uncle would be unpleasant. But from there to wanting to provoke his downfall...
Because he would have eventually had me killed. I could tell that he was beginning to become bored with me, and when that happens, we simply disappear. As for me, I just wanted to survive, to use the secrets he keeps to buy my protection, just like your parents did for you.
What are you saying?
You didn't know. Here, read this letter. Perhaps you'll be less eager to denounce me after reading it.
This resembles my mother's handwriting. How is this possible?
By the enlightened and all the saints, I cannot believe it. Are you all right, Sybil?
I'm fine. We'll talk about all of this later.
If I were the prince, I'd be sleeping with one eye open.
It goes without saying. I ask myself why he would ever keep such a document.
Sybil? Are you all right?
Yes. Forgive my sudden silence, but the letter from my parents has upset me. I didn't expect such despicable infamy. To the point that I'm wondering if we shouldn't return the document in question to my uncle. I know that he is financing our expedition, and that we will have to return to him and invent something concerning his favorite. But I believe that I would be better off seeking the protection of the Dorsays. I am certain that they would grant it if they were given such a document.
I understand your sentiment and I share it. The Dorsays seem to be the preferred protectors by far.
Oh well. We can think it over on the way.
I hate to be a killjoy, and believe me, I would love to send this horrid villain to an early grave. But the prince is financing our expedition. We are going to have to tell him something.
fashions and our embroideries are of utmost delicacy.
Dear friends, what a pleasure to see you again. Do you wish to discuss something?
We've come here to ask for the official protection of House Dorsey for our friend Sybil.
For Lady de Vespe? Why not seek an audience with our own family? Seeing as how you are already working for them, it seems.
While we were investigating for them in hopes of receiving protection from the prince, we stumbled upon a shocking document.
That's putting it lightly, sir. After becoming familiar with its contents, it seemed difficult to continue to give my uncle our trust.
Consider my curiosity piqued. But first of all, would you mind explaining to me why you seek official protection in the first place?
It so happens that hired assassins have been hunting us for quite some time. Someone has placed a bounty on my head.
Really? I understand your concern. And it is certain that protection from the Prince d'Orsay would curb their enthusiasm. If the document you're referring to is as shocking as you say, I am sure that we will come to an agreement. But your uncle, on the other hand, will not take this kindly. I imagine that you are well aware.
Sybil, this concerns your protection as well as your family's. What do you want to do?
Thank you, my dear. I appreciate you letting me make this decision. After reading the letter from my parents, I must admit that the more I distance myself from the De Vesps, the better I feel.
Here you are. This is the document in question.
Let me have a look. The prince has completely lost his mind. How could he even consider such a contract? If this were revealed, he'd be finished. As for us, we have something to keep him on a short leash until the end of his reign. Thank you, young people. The Prince d'Orsay will be informed immediately of your loyal service. You may consider his protection acquired.
Thank you, Sir d'Argenton.
You can rest easy, Sybil. The d'Orsays honor their word, and they never abandon those who have worked for them.
We'll leave you to your work.
Thank you. Come back if you need my insights.
Or evening wear. You'll find everything you need here.
I'm working. Don't have time to talk.
You're back. What can we do for you?
As you asked, we have undertaken an investigation of your favorites.
And? Were you able to identify which one is preparing to betray me?
We were not able to determine which of your favorites plans to betray you.
I see. It just so happens the culprit revealed herself during her escape, and I've already given her name to my assassins. Velusa will soon be held accountable. That said, it would seem that she had the time to steal a document of great importance from my desk. If you are not able to return it to me quickly, I must consider that you have failed your mission, and our little agreement no longer holds. You will have to assure the protection of my dear niece yourself. Consider this, and make sure to recover my document.
If your highness permits, we shall leave.
As you will. You may go.
If it's of no inconvenience to you, I would like to pay a visit to my parents. There are things I need to discuss with them.
My poor Sybil. I have no idea how I would react in your circumstances.
It was then that Madame de Cluse, you know, the one whose son is involved in... May the Enlightened forgive me. Is that you, Sybil?
Sybil, my child. You've returned.
Father? Mother? I have returned from Elima. Yes. Allow me to present my friends. I met them there, and they have shown themselves to be marvelous companions.
My child, I am so happy to see you. We had heard that you had left your post at the embassy, but couldn't believe it. What happened? You seem troubled and you've lost weight.
Let her take a breath now. Come on, my little darling. Tell us, what happened?
Not long after my arrival in Elima, I was the victim of several assassination attempts. There was no doubt that hired assassins were on my trail. And then one of my friends contacted me. She needed help. So I decided to help and left Elima with her, hoping to lose the assassins on my journey. Alas, despite our meandering adventures and the arduous voyages we embarked upon, we were still frequently under attack. That led me to seek the protection of a prince. And while we were carrying out a mission to obtain it, I was given this letter.
What is in it?
It's a letter that you sent to my uncle, begging him to send me to Elima, rather than taking me as a concubine.
I remember that letter all too well. What else could we do?
It broke our heart to send you so far away from us, but we were not going to allow your uncle to lay a filthy hand on you.
I understand that entirely, of course. But were there not other solutions than exiling me so far away? I found myself completely alone, constantly under attack by bands of hired assassins, in perpetual danger of death.
It would have certainly been safer to find a solution that didn't require sending your daughter alone to a foreign country.
Forgive me, but you are foreigners. You don't know our family. You have no idea what it means to be a de Vespe.
I had hoped that you would never read this letter, that you would never learn to what degree of deprivation your uncle had fallen. At the same time, I am relieved that you now know why we sent you so far away from us. You can certainly blame us for the danger, and you know that my heart breaks because of all you suffered. But never would I have allowed that disgusting beast who shares our blood to make of you his favorite.
May the Enlightened forgive me. I believe I would have preferred killing him, even if it meant the deaths of all of us.
I was forced to ask for official protection from the Prince d'Orsay. There is no doubt that my uncle will see this as treasonous.
Who cares what he thinks? You did the right thing. We don't have the highest opinion of the d'Orsays, but they are known to be trustworthy in business.
You need to be careful from now on. We have no clue who is after me. Being now under protection, they might come after you.
Let them come. I could show them what happens when someone dares to attack my daughter.
Your mother is right. Don't worry about us at all.
We need to be going now. My friends and I still have much to do.
Take care of yourself, Sybil. And know that we love you tenderly.
Goodbye. Let's go, my friends. We should leave before tears cloud my eyes. How dare my uncle imagine, even for a moment, that I could become his concubine? That lecherous and misguided old man. Ugh. And to think that my parents wanted to protect his reputation by keeping his sick fantasies from me.
Will you have to follow the family tradition and marry a nobleman?
Actually, I have already been engaged several times. I was 6 years old the first time, and my betrothed was 12. The poor angel died of a childhood illness a few months later. The second time, I was 10. That time, they found me an old baron. He was over 60 years old, can you imagine? Fortunately for me, death snatched him sooner than he expected. Finally, before I was sent to Alima, my parents wanted to betroth me to a young man from a very good family. But my uncle opposed their wishes. At the time, I didn't understand why.
Nothing can stop your family from finding you a new betrothed. What would you do if they did?
Today I love my freedom and independence too much to let anyone decide my future. To hell with tradition and family fortune. If I marry someone, it will be my own choice.
See you later.
I certainly hope so. Thus we are descended from the ancient kings of Astria. It's a funny feeling, you know.
What does it change? We all descend from someone, whether it be a king or a simple hunter. What does it matter?
Your heart is far too pure to understand the fascination for ancestry on this continent.
See you later.
I certainly hope so.
These Renoixe who think they are wise are but murderers, monsters with no conscience. How can they imagine that eradicating an entire people by making them sick is normal?
Well, do you finally have time to help me track down this merchant?
I'm sorry we've had so many other things to deal with, but I agree with you. We must find the Black Orcs.
Thank you, Vridengar. We can't just stand by and let our people suffer. We must do something about it. We are sages.
The hardest part will be finding this woman, since this continent is so much vaster than our island.
But there can't be that many women who buy and sell people in this land. Our companions born in this place might have an idea. Someone must know how to find her. You know how to speak to them. I beg you. Let's find her and save the Alks. We couldn't do anything to save Sheda. And I don't want any more of our people to die because we weren't able to do anything.
I understand. Let's find her and the survivors of the Black Alk clan. See you later.
Boy.
Would you go to Eskiara with me to try and find the wreck of the ship my mother sank before she died?
Sadly, as you can see, I'm pretty busy at the moment. We can go some other time.
Yes, no problem. A few days won't change anything.
I won't bother you any longer.
Don't worry. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
How are you?
Do you know where we can find Iqbal, the slave trader who bought the members of the Black Alk clan?
I don't know her, and I wouldn't know where to find her. But there are probably some guards in Alima who know more about it than I do. A woman like that once had to hire the coin guard for protection. Some of our people have little regard for morals. But nobody comes to mind who might be involved enough in shady dealings to know about that sort of thing. I'm sorry I don't have a better lead.
Well, you've given us an idea at least. That's something. Thank you. I must be off.
I understand. See you later.
Ah, there you are. Do you need anything?
Do you know Iqbal, the slave trader who sold some members of the Black Alk clan?
Darling, I don't keep company with people of her ilk. But I must admit that her name is not unfamiliar to me. I think I heard it in my uncle's circle. I'm sad and ashamed about it. But some of Peren's nobles love the idea of owning enslaved people from faraway lands.
Do you think your uncle might know her?
Personally? Certainly not. But I'm absolutely certain he knows of her existence. And he probably keeps an eye on her when she comes to Peren.
Could he help us find her?
Only if she's in Peren right now, which is unlikely. But we probably don't need to go that far to find out more about her. I can think of someone who might be able to help.
Who?
Remember that merchant who smuggles goods in her spare time? Daria. She might well know where to find a slave trader who's trying to be discreet and takes meandering routes.
Thank you for this lead. See you later.
I certainly hope so.
Did you need me? Here I am.
Do you know where we could locate that infamous slave trader?
I don't associate with that kind of person, as you can imagine. But I may know someone who could help us find her.
I'm listening.
Do you remember Daria, that merchant who smuggles in her spare time? It probably won't be free, but she might know where that slave trader is.
Sybil already suggested I talk to her. Thank you anyway. We'll surely go to find her. Goodbye, Ludwig.
Bye. Take care.
Here's the coast. We'll finally be able to set foot on land.
That infamous smuggler should be here, right?
My dear, that kind of merchant prefers to cover her dealings in darkness. It is still too early to find her.
Let's wait for her in that case.
I have some items I brought back from my travels. Would you like to take a look at them? I have goods from all over the world if you're interested. Come and see.
You're back. So, what can I do for you?
We are looking for a woman. A slave trader named Iqbal.
So she dabbles in the slave trade too. What scum. But if half of what she brags about is true, nothing would surprise me anymore. I can get it for you, anything you want, anything. I guess that even includes slaves. Ugh, some people have no morals. I do know where you can find Iqbal. May the Malichor take her. She's my competition. She's doing so well that my coffers are almost empty. If you see what I mean.
We're actually looking for some of our friends from our island who were kidnapped and brought here against their will. They were thrown into prison. Many of them died, and the survivors were bought by this woman to be sold who knows where.
Your story is moving. But that doesn't change anything about my bottom line, unfortunately. If you don't have the money, come back when you do.
Here you go.
Thank you for supporting your local businesswoman. But don't mention me to anyone. And especially don't say that I'm the one who gave you the information. Iqbal owns a house on the north side of the district. I could show you where on your map if you like.
Thank you. We'll leave you to your business.
Goodbye. Have a nice day.
What's that noise?
Where could that woman be? In what hole is she hiding? And where is she holding the Black Orcs? We must find them. Oh, doesn't look like she's here. What does the guard want? What's he doing here?
I have no idea.
She's obviously not at home, but I can make out some slender footprints. Probably a woman's. We could follow them.
Oh, the captain won't be happy. He really wanted to see that woman today.
The trail goes this way.
Hey, pal. It's the guard. I have to talk to you.
I can't do it.
The tracks lead to the sewers. She must have heard the guard and sought refuge there.
Let's go. Hopefully she's not far ahead.
What was that?
Only a fool dares to attack the best.
The tracks lead towards this tunnel on the right.
There she is! It's her!
Leave me alone! What do you want with me?
Quick! She's running away!
She closed the gate!
Please! Whatever I may have done, I don't deserve this treatment! Leave me alone!
Dead. We didn't manage to save her.
Oh no. What are we going to do now? We should have been faster. Rescued her from the clutches of those beasts before they killed her.
My dear, it seems to me that you shouldn't lose hope. If I'm not mistaken, I've already met this woman. She'd sell exotic goods to aristocrats, ask them for an advance, and of course they never saw her again. And as far as I know, she never sold slaves. Although she may have promised some.
On the one hand, I'm relieved. And on the other, it means we did all this for nothing. And that we're no closer to finding them.
I'm sorry, Nilan. We followed this lead in good faith. It seemed to be the best thing to do.
I disagree. We could have done better. You wasted so much time on pointless discussions with people who see us as no more than animals, and who do nothing but lie to us.
Calm down, Nilan. Losing your cool and bickering won't help us find the Black Orcs any faster.
Maybe, but there is no way I'm going to just follow you around while you chat with everyone. Since Iqbal is nowhere to be found, let's find our associate. He's looking for her, just like we are. And he has the advantage of knowing her well.
Fine. If you think it's the right thing to do. Let's get out of here. I need some fresh air.
What was that?
We'll make you wish you'd never been born. And show them what we're made of!
Two islanders? Yeah, must be. I heard that a group of people were looking for Iqbal. I imagine it's you.
Why ask us that? What do you...
Are you Qadir, Iqbal's former partner?
Indeed. Now, could you tell me why you've asked half the town about Iqbal?
We're looking for her because she bought several of our people, members of the Black Orc clan, who were taken by force and brought to this island.
We must question her. Only she knows to whom they were sold and where we might find them.
I see. I happen to be looking for her too, as you obviously seem to know. She owes me an explanation after what happened. I considered finding her and ambushing her, because whenever I approach her, she flees. I know where she's going next. She has to go through the Esquiara region and take the road that passes over a bridge just outside the ruins. I'm going to blow up the bridge to block her escape. Then she'll have no other choice but to answer our questions. So, what do you say? Are you in?
It's a bit of a violent way to approach someone to question them. But since your Iqbal seems to be suspicious of everything and everyone... However, I must admit I'm curious. Why ask us to join you?
She has surrounded herself with guards who will not hesitate to kill me if I come alone. If we come out in force, she'll have to listen to us.
We can't afford to attack her. We must glean information from her.
Rest assured, it's just a matter of intimidating her and sobering up her guards. So, what do you say?
Okay. We're in.
I'm glad you accepted, Ridengar. This ambush is the best lead we've had so far. We're finally going to find out what she did with the Black Arcs. We agree to follow your plan. What should we do?
Come to the rendezvous point with explosives. And for the rest, you can count on me.
We'll find some.
I'm going to set off to prepare our move. Don't be late.
We'll be on time. At last, a solid lead. A plan to find this woman. We can save the Black Arcs, Ridengar.
This man does seem to know her well.
I knew from the start that this associate would be the best way to get to her.
You're both very confident. Personally, I don't trust him. We should be very careful.
You're suspicious? Very well. But it's not your people who are being kidnapped, sold, tortured and threatened. We've wasted enough time talking already. Let's find the explosives he needs and go see him.
her the arid shores of Tynea.
Well, that took forever. Do you have the explosives?
No. We'll take care of it right away.
I told you we should have taken them before we came.
Well, hurry up. We may not get this good an opportunity again. When you have them, just put them on the bridge. We'll blow it up when Iqbal arrives. In the meantime, I have some preparing to do.
Planting these explosives won't take long. What should we do after that?
Wait. According to my calculations, Iqbal will arrive at nightfall.
You don't seem convinced.
What gave you that idea? I'm having the time of my life. It's the first time I've blown up a bridge. I admit that I find it a bit extreme that we're doing it just to question someone. But who am I to judge?
Greetings, esteemed customers. Are you looking for ingredients? Potions or projectiles, perhaps?
I think we've placed everything properly. There you go. Everything is set.
I've finished my part. All we have to do is hide. Behind these rocks, maybe. So she doesn't see us when she gets here. She should arrive when it gets dark.
Come on, Vridengar. Let's go hide.
The bridge was destroyed. She can no longer flee this way.
I hope Iqbal will get here soon.
One thing is for sure. If we want to have the element of surprise, we best keep quiet from now on.
Is that her? Attack! Kadir, wait! And show them what we're made of! Found us!
Protect Iqbal!
My armor is ruined!
You shouldn't have crossed me, Iqbal. You're going to pay for your betrayal.
We need her alive!
Armor is broken!
You never should have crossed me, Iqbal. I'm not the forgiving type.
No! Traitor! Lawyer! Why? Why did you kill her? She was the only one who could tell us where to find the Black Orcs!
I don't give a damn about your Black Elves and your little investigations. You've been useful so far, but now...
Let's show them what we're made of!
She's dead. And with her, all my hopes of saving our people. Why did he have to betray us?
These things happen. But don't lose hope. Maybe we'll find another way to discover what happened to them.
You're so kind, trying to cheer me up. But I'm just a fool. An arrogant and dangerous fool.
You often show impulsiveness, but to say that you're dangerous...
No! You don't understand, Vridengar. Wherever I go, I sow death. That's why I was so intent on saving them.
What are you talking about?
The death of Toflan. of Sheda, our abduction. It's all my fault. I am to blame.
How could you be to blame?
I spoke to Renaikse a few days before the ritual. Yes, I know. But he looked friendly. He smiled and asked questions that I thought were innocent. I trusted him, Vridengar. Me! I trusted him. And told him that we were the future Donegada of the village. I was so proud. And like a fool, I told him where the ritual was to take place. And that we'd be alone with our master. Everything he needed to know to prepare the ambush we fell into.
You are naive. But you didn't attack us, or throw us into that ship, or kill Sheda. Nor are you responsible for capturing the Black Ulks.
I'm sorry, Vridengar. You must hate me now. But you understand why it's so important that we find the Black Ulks. It's too late to help Sheda, to help Toflan. But we can save them. You understand? I have to save them.
We will save them, Nilan. Come, let's go and search her body. All may not be lost. Look, Nilan. She had documents on her.
Can you read any of it?
The paper is soaked in blood. Some of it is legible, though. I think it's an address in Olima.
I thought all was lost.
I can't read it all, Nilan. There may be a way to recover the damaged part, but as it stands, I can't tell you where it leads. Would any of you know how to get these stains off so we can decipher the rest of the document?
Safia knows a lot of scientists. You should give her the document, and she'll send it to them to clean it.
You're right. Thank you, Fausta. Safia, would you know how to retrieve the information from this paper, despite the bloodstains?
We should ask Halise. One of her friends will probably know how. I can have it taken to her. She'll contact us when they've managed to clean it.
Thank you, Safia. We really need to find out what this document holds.
Vridengar? You still wish to talk to me despite my confession? I don't know how you could forgive me when I can't forgive myself.
Goodbye, Nilan.
Goodbye, Korans.
Would you go to Eskiara with me to try and find the wreck of the ship my mother sank before she died?
Can you remind me of what happened?
Alma told me she'd finished translating my mother's logbook. I don't have all the details. Unfortunately, her message was short. But she told me that the reason my mother, Estrella, died in that storm was because she'd lost the will to live. It was after she had to sink a ship on my father's orders, just off the coast, not far from Eskiara.
I'm sorry, Alvida. That must be very difficult to hear.
Yes. It breaks my heart to think that my mother killed herself. But it has strengthened my resolve. I want to understand. I want to know why my father gave such a senseless order. I want to know everything that happened. Knots are not pirates. Our ships are armed, but they're armed to fight back in the event of an attack. There had to be something aboard that ship to justify sinking it. Maybe something dangerous for the Guild. I'd like to go back to Eskiara to try to track down that ship. And I'd like you to come with me.
All right. Let's go back to Eskiara and find out what happened to the wreck.
Thank you. I'm glad you're coming with me. I'm a bit nervous about what I'm going to find out.
I won't bother you any longer.
Don't worry. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Happy to see you again. What can I do for you today?
Were you here when the giant creature attacked the village?
Yes, I was here, and I'm not likely to forget it. I lost a good share of my goods that day.
We're trying to track down the beast. Do you know which way it went?
I haven't the faintest idea. I was busy trying to save myself and my shop. Everyone was shouting and racing around in a panic. It was like it was the end of the world. I ended up hiding inside a house and didn't come out until I couldn't hear anything moving outside. So, I can't really help you. But to be honest, I don't know why you want to find that monster. It's madness. But that's your business, isn't it? And if you're thinking of fighting it, you'll need potions and projectiles. Why don't you take a look at what I have in stock?
Hello? Do you live in this village?
Well, obviously I live here. Where else should I live?
I'd like to ask you a few questions about the beast attacks that occurred some time ago.
It was the worst day of my life, and probably the worst day for everyone here. But what's it to an islander? Does the beast have something to do with you? You go ahead, ask your questions. But this all seems a bit fishy to me.
Do you know where the creature went after the attack?
Why are you all so desperate to find this monster? Isn't all the death and damage it's done enough? Do you want more? I'll tell you what I told those scholars. I don't know where it went. I didn't see anything.
Scholars?
Some fellows from the city who are asking the same questions as you. They may think they're clever, but they're idiots if you ask me. Looking for that thing means running the risk of it coming back here, and we've had enough of that, thank you very much.
We shall leave now. Thank you for your welcome.
That's it. Goodbye.
Good day. Do you live in this village?
Yes, I've lived here all my life. Why?
Were you present during the attack of that giant creature a while back?
Unfortunately, yes. It was horrible. I still have nightmares about it.
Can you tell us what you saw? Do you know what happened to the creature?
Honestly, I'd rather not have to think back to that day. Everything was so confusing. It was dreadful. I remember I was fixing my damaged nets when I heard the first screams. Ooh, and that terrible roaring. I was so terrified that I crawled under my boat, which is probably what saved me. I peeked out every now and then, horrified by what I was hearing. I saw the monster knock some of my friends down with a single swipe, as it chased after a man who jumped into a boat. When it didn't see any more movement, it headed southeast and even knocked down the arch there. Oh, it took us weeks to rebuild it and put the village back in order. And we're still mourning our dead.
I'm very sorry for your loss. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Do you happen to know anything about a ship that was wrecked not far from this village?
It happened a few years ago. A rather large cargo ship sailing up and down the coast sank, not far from here.
No. Sorry. I don't recall hearing anything about that.
We will take our leave. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hello? Do you live in this village?
Yes, I was born here, I grew up here, and as you can see, I'm still here. I'd have a hard time living anywhere else at my age. Why, are you thinking of moving here? Little new blood wouldn't hurt.
Have you heard anything about a shipwreck in the vicinity?
You're gonna need to be more precise, child. Shipwrecks with all our deadly reefs happen all the time.
We're speaking about a ship transporting merchandise along these coasts that must have wrecked a few years ago.
Now that you speak about it, that does ring a bell. The storm without clouds.
The storm without clouds?
It was night time, and we heard thunder several times, so loud that many woke to it. But there wasn't a cloud in the sky. The next day we found the wreckage of a large ship at the bottom of the cliffs. Bodies too, poor folk. And all sorts of debris.
I doubt it was due to a storm.
Really?
We shall leave. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Pieces of a crate. Impossible to know what was in it. They've been destroyed.
It's been a long time. The elements or the villagers took everything that could have given us answers.
It looks like a cloth from a banner or a torn flag.
Those are the colors of the Alliance. This ship must have belonged to them. This ship must have contained something extremely precious to have merited such an attack. I would have liked to have found a clue telling us what it could be.
Seeing how close the village is, it is very likely that these charming inhabitants might have played the role of vultures.
You are right. It's quite common to recover gifts from the sea. We should go and talk to them.
You again? What else do you want?
What do you know about the wreck that's north of the village?
Not much. It's been there for a long time. Back then, a lot of soldiers, even some Nauts, came poking around.
Poking around? What do you mean?
They go snooping around, asking everyone questions. They were investigating, they said. But it seemed like they were looking for something.
We shall leave now. Thank you for your welcome.
That's it. Goodbye.
Hello? How can I help you? Are you lost?
What do you know about the shipwreck located at the foot of the cliffs near the village?
A shipwreck, you say? Really? I never noticed that there was one there.
We were told that villagers recovered quite a few things after the shipwreck that took place a few years ago. Did you take anything?
That must have taken place before I settled here. I never heard anyone speak of a shipwreck. So to be sure, I didn't take anything from it.
Good boy.
This woman is too nervous. And her answers made no sense. She is hiding something from us.
My dear Alvida, I fear we'll get no further talking to her. Let's spy on this kind little villager. She will betray herself eventually.
Here, we'll have a great vantage point to observe the movements of our suspect. She's coming from the town. We should follow her.
Look, it's clear that a very large creature has been here. This is our guardian's trail.
bastard who set up this camp had no luck at all. It was right in that monster's path. We should go and have a look. Perhaps we'll find something useful.
Well, well. I wonder what this coffer is holding.
You followed me. But who are you really? Are you one of the Naughts that attacked us? Or are you with the corrupted soldiers of the Alliance?
We are neither one nor the other. Our friend Alvida is a Naut, but she was not involved in this attack.
That is true, I assure you. We wish you no harm.
Forgive me. I was so afraid when you came to find me in the village. And to see you here didn't make things easier.
You seemed far too nervous, and your answers were not making any sense. We decided to watch you, and we were right to do so, it seems.
I was on that ship. I was traveling with my husband. We were headed for the congregation. It was strange. There were armed men aboard. We were told they were there to protect a diplomat, but we never saw anyone. One night, we were attacked by a vessel flying Naught colors. Our ship was sunk. I thought I was dead, but somehow I survived. My husband didn't have as much luck. Shortly after washing ashore, Naughts and soldiers came to interrogate everyone in the village. I had supposed they had come to finish their work, so I hid the documents I had collected after being washed ashore. I was hoping that they would be useful in bringing justice someday, but that was long ago. I lead a peaceful existence here now, and when you came asking questions, I thought it would be better to get rid of all of it once and for all.
I am very sorry. We didn't want to frighten you. I have come here precisely with the goal of shedding light on what happened to your ship. I would like to know why Naughts would have committed such an atrocity that goes against all the codes our guild defends.
Please, take these documents. I have never even read them. Touching them even pains me. I hope they will help you understand.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I find this hard to believe. My father wouldn't order the destruction of a ship transporting a diplomat. Why would he have been working against a chance at peace? My father can be vain, but he's not a warmonger. And to imagine that he brought my mother into this. Now I understand our despair.
Don't you think it's a little early to be accusing your father? There must be factors unknown to us at present.
Perhaps, yes. Even if what these documents spell out seems all too clear. Thank you for accompanying me and your support in this investigation. I couldn't have done it without you. Now I am going to need some time to think all this over.
Someone called Esser wrote about seeing a giant, monstrous, devastating creature heading towards the quarry.
I remember that place. That's where we encountered the brigands who were holding Ken, the fisherman.
These are definitely the Guardian's tracks, but I don't understand what it was trying to do here. We are missing something to make this work. We are missing something to make this work. There is no doubt that the Guardian was here, but it was attacked and apparently captured by Kurnaz's men. If the letters on those corpses are anything to go by.
Their orders were to take it to a cave near an orchard. Now all we have to do is find it. I wonder what they're planning to do with the creature. I'm sorry. I'm still processing what we've learned. The thought that my father could have given such an order is deeply painful to me.
Forgive my question, but how do relationships between knots work? I'm thinking of your Admiral father and your Captain mother. They couldn't have been together very often.
It's true that relationships with a knot are not easy. We are at sea, sometimes for months. And when on different ships, it complicates things even more. Some take lovers at every port or among the crew. Others remain faithful. Love is a strange thing. And when it's true, neither time nor distance can shake it. At least in my opinion. What would you do if you fell in love with one of us?
I believe I'd have other relationships, but it wouldn't change my feelings.
That's what we always say. But doesn't it amount to portraying two people? The beloved and the other, who is only a pastime, a purveyor of warm embraces with no future. I understand, however, that loneliness is difficult to bear over time.
I won't bother you any longer.
The next time we talk, it'll have to be over a drink.
Stop! This orchard has been requisitioned. No one may enter. You better get back to the village or wherever you came from.
Could we perhaps offer you something to look the other way for a minute?
You think you're funny or something? We've got orders. No one is to enter this orchard. Now beat it.
My friends, I'm afraid these guards have left us no choice. We must either force our way in, or try a stealthy approach.
I'm sorry, but we have to get through.
Guards! We're under attack!
Let's show them what we're made of!
doesn't bode well. It must be important for them to go to the trouble of guarding the place like this.
Here's the Guardian. I don't have the key. There. You're free.
Thank you. I thought we were going to die trapped in that cave.
Wait a minute. I know who you are. You turned up at the camp the day before the Alliance attacked.
We did. And we were there when Laden bound herself to the land and turned herself into a Guardian.
I remember that. You even tried to fight her to hold her back. You were very brave. But the soldiers captured us while you were leading her away. Since then, they've done nothing but mistreat us and interrogate us to try to understand what happened.
They even tortured Adenegad. She eventually broke and told them about the bonding ritual. After more experiments, they took her away with them. We don't know what happened to her after that.
That's awful. Thank you for telling us. Now you should get to safety. Don't stay here.
I know a place we can hide. Before we joined Laden and the others, I had found a cave further north. You have our heartfelt gratitude for freeing us. May the earth carry you always.
I can't do anything with this. I don't see how we could use this. I don't believe it. Rather than being terrified or frightened by the transformation they experienced, they just saw it as a weapon of war. And now they want to force our people to perform the ritual again so they can use it against their enemies. And of course, my people will be blamed for this.
And if these documents are to be believed, they're planning on conducting their little experiment on Congregation land. The Dutan Empire could turn against us, holding us responsible. We have to stop Kernaz and his scientists. We must inform the Imperial Embassy in Peren. This way they will be warned, and perhaps we can prevent this monstrous act from taking place.
to disembark. We've arrived at our destination.
Your Excellence.
How exotic. An envoy of Tyr Fredi. This is quite the novelty. Are you a dignitary from your island, or have you come with a message from a local noble?
I suppose one might say that I am an envoy of Tyr Fredi, milady. And I'm here to speak with you about a very important matter. We have proof that the General Gurnaz, a commanding officer of the Bridge Alliance, is preparing a brutal attack against your country.
Alas, that is nothing new. The bridge has been attacking us for centuries. But you might not have been aware of that.
We are aware of the war between your two nations, but this time the situation is very different. This general seeks glory for himself rather than his nation. And he plans on using unconventional means to obtain his goal. He hopes to use giant creatures that we call guardians. Beasts invoked from the rituals of our traditions. He will release them to attack you. He plans on blaming my people, but also the congregation. These horrible attacks will originate from your country by his hand.
Giant creatures? Are you certain you have all of your wits about you?
We can prove what we are saying. We have documents that we took from a laboratory operated by men under orders of this general. And if it is the very existence of these creatures that you doubt, we also have in our possession one of their heads. It is on our ship. You can come and see it yourself if you so desire, or send someone you trust.
You seem very sure of yourself. You have given me pause, sir. I'm going to send someone from the embassy immediately to verify what you've told me. Let's assume that you are telling the truth about these monsters. You also spoke about some documents.
Here they are.
Thank you. Please, allow me a moment to inspect them all. This entire story seems like the stuff of some fable. But these savants and this General Gurnaz are indeed set on attacking us and letting others take the blame. Alas, these documents do not give us the precise location of this attack. Do you have an idea?
As you were able to read, the savants seem to want to use ancient Austrian ruins. It's true that we too need locations that are of historical or natural significance in order to perform the bonding ritual, which here transforms people. But I am not familiar with the border regions, and I don't know if Austrian ruins are to be found there.
There are indeed Austrian ruins all over the place in our country. But if I think about it, one location in particular comes to mind. The Sudwise region, in fact. That people from here have renamed High Prairie when they took it.
I know that region. I go through there often when I trade commercially. I would hate for my caravans to become a victim of collateral damage. Too many people rely on them.
Oh, but you too are from the Empire. And you are a trader? I understand your fears. Do know that this is a region where a great many refugees have fled to make a home, to avoid the civil war. Very well then, I have thought this through. I think the best option would be for me to accompany you. This business is far too important, and its impact too far-reaching, for you not to be accompanied by someone official. And if we were to wait for the princes of the merchant cities to take action, we would by then have died of old age.
Isn't this quite risky, Your Excellence?
My dear, I was born during a civil war in my country. I know how to defend myself. Or one might say, I am a fast runner. We will rendezvous at High Prairie. I require some time to prepare for the voyage. Do you have anything else you would like to talk about?
What does your role as ambassador here in Peren consist of?
Like any other ambassador, I represent the interests of our nation before the Prince de Vespe. The congregation of merchants and its assembly of small city-states gained prominence on the continent. We would have liked them to show us more support against our enemies in the Alliance, but unfortunately they value their neutrality. My role is therefore to ensure that our economic and diplomatic exchanges are as beneficial to our two nations as possible.
What are the links between the Dutan Empire and Teleme?
It was in Teleme that San Mateus was born and taught the way of the enlightened, the ways of true faith. His disciples saw the good word and the teaching of magic carried as far as Dutan and converted the Emperor. He became the champion of the way of the enlightened and became its most faithful and fervent representative on Gacan. Since that day, our two nations have been allies, united in their faith and their interests in the face of the rest of the world.
We shall leave now, Your Excellency.
Goodbye.
If we want to reach High Prairie, we have to head northeast from Peren. From the hills, we can take the trade route that leads to the region.
I know you already have a lot to do, but I would still like to ask a favor, if you can spare a moment. While I was studying in Alima, I had a friend, a very dear friend that I would like to find. It was someone very knowledgeable, a true bookworm, but he was also someone with human virtue. In addition to the joy I would feel to see him again, I believe having an ally within the Alliance could be useful to us. It's been a long time since we last met, and I don't know where to find him. but his cousin Baran could certainly tell us. He's a merchant who owns a warehouse in the port of Elima. If you agree, we could go and see him together.
Of course. Let's go see this Baran.
Thank you. It's extremely kind of you to follow the whim of an old woman. Boy, see you.
Here's the coast. We'll finally be able to set foot on land.
You stupid merchant. Who do you take yourself for? Do you really think yourself irreplaceable? Dozens of poor souls are ready to take your job.
I am truly sorry. It won't happen again. I give you my word. Gentlemen, I beg of you, there is no need to resort to violence. I would never dare to try to...
Shut up, merchant. Consider yourself lucky that the warehouse is still standing. What made you think you could trick us?
Baran, is everything all right?
Stay out of this! Move along! The warehouse is closed!
It seems that Baran got your message, and that he will be careful to be more diligent in the future.
And just who are you? His bodyguards or something?
We're simply his friends, come to speak with him. But if you insist on threatening him in this manner, I will not hesitate to report your attitude to one of the city's logicians.
Since Mr. Baran has friends in high places, we will leave him be. But I hope he remembers what we talked about. And that he will demonstrate initiative in repaying his debts.
Yes, of course. Goes without saying. Don't worry, you'll be more than satisfied with my next delivery.
I hope so. And don't dally. I wouldn't want it to be thought that we're being patient with someone intent on double-crossing us.
Ah, you've come in the nick of time. I thought they were going to kill me. Thank you, Safia. And your friends as well. I don't know what they would have done to me if you hadn't come.
Please, it's nothing. What did those soldiers want?
I was supposed to deliver something to them, but got my orders mixed up and they didn't receive what they were expecting. They apparently thought I was trying to pull one over on them. But you didn't come to hear me complain. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for your cousin. I know it's been years, but I was hoping to see him again.
My cousin? Haven't you heard? He's left for Tir-Fradee. He wanted to follow in your footsteps. To see the world with his own two eyes. Frankly, he's not cut out for it if you ask me, but he went anyway. Come to think of it, before he departed Alima, he left me something for you.
Really? What is it?
Oh, I haven't opened it. I think it was his latest research. It was very important to him anyway. I didn't keep it here. As you can see, just anyone can waltz right into this warehouse, and I was afraid it would fall into the wrong hands. I had it taken to my other warehouse in Esquiara. You can go and pick it up there. I'll send a bird to let the person in charge know you're coming.
Thank you, Baran. We'll do just that. And be careful. Those soldiers didn't seem to be joking around. If I remember correctly, Baran's family warehouse in Esquiara is this one. I visited it many years ago.
Those warehouse guards seem to be looking for a fight. Show them what we're made of!
Please, don't kill us. We're mercenaries. We were just following orders.
What orders?
We were hired to kill you and the other Continentals when you got here. We were also ordered to capture any islanders who were with you.
We were sent straight into a trap. Is there even a package for you here?
I don't know anything about that. If there is, we weren't told about it.
I can't believe this. Let's spare their lives, please. They're nothing more than lackeys.
Perhaps. But there is the risk that they inform their employer that we survived. And then he would flee or promptly send someone else to attack us.
Tell us who gave you your orders, and choose your words carefully. Your life hangs by a thread.
It was a merchant. Baran.
Of course it was. After the attack, I suspected as much, but I can't believe he'd do such a thing.
Why did he want to capture us?
For a client, I think. But he didn't give us a name.
So, he's got himself mixed up in the slave trade. The Baran I knew would never stoop so low.
Go on. Get out of here. I hope never to see you again.
Thank you for your mercy.
Whatever could have possessed Baran to make him try to kill us and capture you, he will have to answer for this. Explain to us what this is all about. Let's return to Alima. Do you agree?
Let's go.
These are the arid shores of Tainea.
Your friend Baran seems to have a difficult relationship with these soldiers.
Indeed. I admit I don't much like the idea of him trading with imperialists. But I suppose business is business.
Stop! You can't come in here. This is a private warehouse.
We're friends of Baran's. He may have told you about us. We helped him the other day when he was being roughed up by some guards.
You could be his blessed mother and it wouldn't change a thing. The master isn't here. And since he didn't tell me to let you in, you don't get to go in.
When did he leave? Where was he going?
He left a while ago, but if you think he tells me where he's going every time he leaves, do I look like his wife or something?
Do you know whether he took a ship or joined a caravan?
No.
We're not here to cause any trouble. Your master double-crossed us. We're just looking for proof so we can get our money back.
Sounds like the master's up to his old tricks. If you were to slip me a little something for my trouble, I'll let you in.
Here you go. And thank you for being so understanding.
Don't mention it. Go on in.
We can get through without being seen. But we could also fight them. After all, they did want to capture us.
I understand your desire to discover the full extent of Baran's baseness, but we're here to look for answers. I doubt they'll be found in all this mess, and we're risking a lot if we overstay our hard-fought welcome.
I can't do it.
Look. They took all these things from home, without even understanding their meaning or their beauty. They must have destroyed many altars and places of knowledge to amass such a large collection.
This must be Baran's office. The answers we're looking for must be in there. I think we have learned everything that there is to learn here. We should exit the area before running into even more trouble.
We haven't searched everywhere. There might still be something to discover within this warehouse.
This key must open all the doors in the warehouse.
Did you see all those cages? And look, it's the body of one of our people.
Baran, you're a monster. A heartless monster I'm ashamed to have known.
It is definitely the body of one of our own. Abandoned there like a dog after being beaten to death.
That must be one of the islanders that Baran promised to deliver to Kurnaz. He fought against such a fate and paid for it. It brings me such shame to see how my own people, and in this case, a man I thought to be my friend, can act with such infamy. It's monstrous. Forgive me for dragging you into this business and have exposed you to such a cruel spectacle.
Baran is exploiting his cousin's trip to our island to expand both his fortune and network. It's my people who are paying the price.
I remember how Baran could be full of himself when I was involved with his cousin, but I would never have thought him capable of this.
Has this association been going on for a long time?
Kurnaz has only just begun to gain weight politically, but they could have known each other previously. Kurnaz has always been a man willing to do anything to get what he wants. He might well have encouraged Baran's cousin to take up an enterprise that promised him a profitable outcome. But the man I once loved would never have agreed to any of that. He was a man of knowledge, a kind person with empathy for others. We were even betrothed for a while, and it goes without saying that I would never have accepted a proposal from someone corrupt. No. Kernaz must have tricked him, promising to finance his expedition without speaking of the horrible services he would be forced to provide in return.
Your former fiancé could have found an alternative source of financing.
Of course. That's the main reason I'm convinced that he was misled. That letter broke my heart. We parted as friends, separating because our visions on life and science differed too greatly. I find it hard to believe that he would have fallen into such commerce. But believe me, if we go to Tir Fredi and our paths cross, I will demand he makes amends for his actions. The fact he used ties with your people to better exploit you makes me see red.
We shall see when the time comes. First, we need to get to Tir Fredi.
That's true. Forgive me. I know this is a painful subject. I feel so foolish to have believed that we could have found help from this friend. We might think we've accumulated all the wisdom of the world, seen it all, grasped human nature. It's still so easy to find oneself surprised. Or should I say, disappointed. I thank you for standing beside me during this sordid affair, and to have opened my eyes. Let's